So this here is the field data collection dashboard. Now this is running in ArcGIS Online. If you're familiar with the ESRI suite of products, this is part of the ESRI platform. So we have these running in ArcGIS Online, and we provide you access with the dashboard as an IKE customer. Now this dashboard here has a lot of different elements that I will walk you through. So first off, you'll notice the map here. It's all color coordinated in this case to show the different fielders in all their locations. So we can see all the different colors here represent each of the fielders. And then we have the count of polls by fielder. So we can see how many polls each fielder has collected so far on the project. We have a status. So if you have a status field in IKE Office, we can bring that status into the dashboard and then have that display. And finally, we have the count of polls by department. So the number of polls in each IKE Office department, as well as the number of polls collected by each IKE serial number. So in the event that you're sharing devices across a couple of different fielders, you can track who last used that device, so you know exactly where that device is at any given time. Now, when I click on any of these elements, the dashboard will filter to just that selected item. So in this case, let's click on Ryan here, and you can see the map filters to just Ryan's polls. And then if I click on March and then click on day, I can see the number of polls collected by Ryan each day on the project. So as a project manager, this is really important for me to be able to see how many polls Ryan's collecting on any given day. So let's click here on his good day where he got 86. And then I can see the map is going to filter to just those 86 polls that he collected on March 21st. And then I can see the number of polls collected by hour on March 21st. So I can see where he started working right at 8 o'clock, and he worked up until taking a lunch. His polls slowed down here because he took a lunch, and then he had a good finish to his day, ending his day at 6 o'clock. So I can tell really quickly that he worked a full day, he took his lunch, and that he got 86 polls on that day. So with the dashboard, I can go through all of my fielders and look at all of their days as a whole, as an individual, and it gives me a lot of insight into when they started, when they stopped. I can see if he maybe had a bad day, why the day was bad, whether it was maybe because he had polls that were spread across a few different locations, or maybe he had polls that were in rear lots and he wasn't able to get into those backyards to access them. I can see in this case where he got 47 polls, it was because he was working across a couple of different project areas. So there's time there that he had to spend traveling and driving between those job sites. So as a project manager and as a field manager, I can go into this dashboard and see all this insight about my project, about why my poll counts were high, why they were low, and I can make sure that everyone's on track, starting and stopping at the right times, and being able to quickly see all this information. It gives me a lot of ability to track, ability to correct and coach my fielders, and make sure that my projects are going on time and on schedule. Now, anything that's part of that field data collection form that I was showing in IKE Office can be brought into the dashboard. So for example, for this form, we have a status field. So if you need to see quick statuses, you can see those as well. So if I need to see the locations where I need to do a revisit, I can simply click on those. All those locations pop right up. I know where they are. I know where we need to go, and I can quickly see all these different statuses right here in the dashboard. Now, these dashboards are designed to update overnight every night. So with the IKE device, the idea is the fielders are working, they're collecting polls, and then in the evenings after the work is done, they upload from the IKE device into IKE Office. The dashboards run overnight around 2, 3, 4 a.m. when no one's working. And first thing in the morning, you'll have all the data from the previous day ingested into the dashboard and ready to be seen by the the project managers, by the field managers. Everyone will have access to that fresh data first thing in the morning. And if any updates are made in the back office, so say example, the status has changed in the IKE Office Pro, it will then reflect in the dashboard there as well. So this is we call this the fielding dashboard, or the field progress dashboard. It's designed to track the fielding progress most primarily, as well as the project status. We can add and customize this based on your project. So if you have specific needs in your forms, something unique, something you want to track, we can bring all of that into this dashboard, customized for your project. We do have another type of dashboard. This one we call the Executive Insight Dashboard, because it's designed to show some insights from the project. It's not designed to necessarily track the fielding progress, but it's designed to track the results of the project. So in this case, we're tracking safety violations here that are marked in red. So we have tons of poles. Most of them are perfectly safe. We have some that are in violation. So we can easily click on this and see where our violation poles are. So this is more of a results of the project type dashboard. And notice here on this dashboard, we have over 200,000 poles delivered. So if you have these large projects where you're working with hundreds of thousands of poles, these dashboards are invaluable because they allow you to track the progress from that high level. Especially as you get into these large projects, it's really difficult to go into IKE Office and try to figure out where you are, just because of the volume of working with these hundreds of thousands of poles. But with the dashboards, you're able to see all that information extracted out and given to you right here in a heads-up level view. Now, we also have the ability to export out of the dashboards. So I'll do an example here. We can pull the summarized data out into an Excel report. So in this case, I'm just pulling information from this single data box out into an Excel file that will give me the count of poles collected by fielder. But we can also run an entire bulk export. So if you need to see all the data elements out of this dashboard, all 200,000 of them, you can pull them into Excel in bulk. So you get export of everything. So if you need to create Excel reports for other members of your team, you can use this dashboard to export that data and create those reports.